I'm Sylvia Russell, the chairperson of Lanark Community Development Trust, and due to council cutbacks, our local park, Castlebank, became very run down and overgrown. In 2009, the trust decided to make a major project, so we started to try and renovate the park. We got grant funding to convert derelict sawmill buildings into a beautiful horticultural training centre. We also have grant funding to employ a gardener.
Hi there, my name's Stuart, the educational gardener. I'm going to show you the first few things that myself and our very hard-working volunteers have been working on over the last year. This is our alpine garden. This is right outside the horticultural training centre. We've just started landscaping these herbaceous borders in the last few months. You can see they're growing up really quickly. We've got lots of herbaceous perennials and shrubs towards the back, and then right down towards the back you can see our new beehives there. This is our growing compound where we have lots of raised beds and 3 good big polytunnels. This is inside the middle polytunnel. It's lovely and warm, and you can see we've got lots of vegetables and fruits which we use for education and for growing produce for our local food banks and recently for nursing homes. These are some lettuces, some spinach, some radishes that some kids sowed a few days before the COVID-19 lockdown started. This is our fairy dell, which is probably most loved by the local children who visit the park. These carvings that you can see, these are all chainsaw carved. They've got loads of different animals and plants. And then throughout you can see a big tree in the middle. And we're planting lots of hedges, lots of edible plants with local school kids. So this is, we call it the bog garden. This used to be a curling and boating pond, and then it was filled in with soil. And in recent years, the volunteers have converted it. Now we have 2 main flower beds, one towards us, and there's several farther down the other end, and there's actually a little wildlife pond down there full of tadpoles. In the middle we've got trees, and we have recently creating a wildlife meadow. And then over to our right we have a wall which we're reinstating as a fern wall, and that's how it was during the Victorian years. This is we call the sundial lawn. There's an old sundial in the middle. We're going to convert it into a labyrinth, and round about the edge you can see 6 newly planted Japanese cherry trees. This is a very old patch of rhododendron outside the front of Castlebank House, and this was really quite overgrown, and what we've done is we've taken away a bit at the front here so you can see into the beautiful stems, which have got a real twisty, turny character to it.
The area of the formal gardens in front of Castlebank House, and the council, due to cutbacks, had actually padlocked the gates and didn't maintain it for several years, and very quickly it reverted to jungle. It's taken our volunteers and Stuart the gardener a long time to reclaim this area.
This is one of the rose beds at the entrance there at the gates, and we decided just in the last autumn to underplant these with tulips. We planted about 7 varieties, and now they've been flowering in succession for a good 6-7 weeks now.
This area was 20-foot high jungle when we took it over. We used community payback teams to clear it all and lay out the paths for us, and then with grant funding from a local business we planted it all with roses in memory of Sir William Wallace, who first drew sword for freedom in this area. We commissioned the statue of William Wallace by the same wood carver that carved the fairy dell.
This is one of the main rose beds with Braveheart roses. We're actually praying for rain over the next few weeks so that we can get in our summer bedding around the perimeter.
This is a small rock garden that was planted in memory of Margaret Wilson, a 94-year-old resident of Lanark who actually designed the planting plan for this garden.
This is a large herbaceous border which is in one of the terraces in front of Castlebank House. As everywhere else, this was high with scrub, and it was cleared out and planted by the Castlebank volunteers It's really coming into its own now after a few years. It flowers all the way throughout the spring and summer.
Castlebank is a public park which is open all year round, and it's very well used by local people and their families to come and dog walk and bring their children to play. The council recently put in a new play area for children, which unfortunately at the moment due to the lockdown is closed to kids, but it's there for when we open up again.
In the park we've got a great variety of mature and young trees. Last year we received funding from Grow Wild to create a tree and wildflower trail for the park. Part of that was putting in these identification notices in front of different specimen trees. This is a giant redwood, which is only about 6 or 7 years old. Up this dead tree, about halfway up, you can see there's 3 bat boxes, which we instated in the park last year using funding from Scotland. The boxes were made by the woodworking volunteers at Clydesdale Community Initiatives, which is also on the outskirts of Lanark. This is the area just outside the centre. We have just recently started planting this up. We've got our new water bowl in the middle there. And this round to the right is our classroom where we hold lots of workshops, teach different classes on horticulture, about the environment, and lots of crafty things as well.